start off by saying that. But there is this one book that I started reading, and I haven't finished it yet. But I would recommend it very much, even if you're not too much of a reader. But I feel like a decent amount of people still read in 2007. Computers haven't taken over the world just yet. Yeah, I guess everyone has phones, but that doesn't count. Anyways, so this is for I was always a nerdy kid. I always liked Warhammer, and I played a lot of Lego. So I'd always consider myself to be like kind of a nerd, but and I'm not very good at with the ladies by any means. But my dad actually gave me this book, and it's called Chalk Language. It's a book by Alan Pease. And it's a really interesting book. It's basically about the motto of the book is how to use conversation for profit and pleasure. And I have flicked through it. I have read. The first page came out. Never mind, that didn't happen with Dad. First published all the way back in 1985. Wow, so that would have been 22 years ago. Jeepers. And I'll just read out a few of the contents. Meta language, or how to read between the lines, how to ask questions that promote conversation, how to start a conversation, how to listen your way to popularity and success, how to keep the conversation going, how to deliver sincere compliments and honest positives, a few other things. And it's basically, it's how to talk to people. And to be honest, I don't really have too much of a problem talking to guys. Me and my boys, we're good friends. But with the ladies, I do need a bit of help. And there are nice cartoons as well sometimes. I think they're pretty cool. And I realized that it's kind of an old book, but in 2007, I feel like there's not really too much of a better book to read as far as conversation goes, and as far as learning how to converse well. I think I haven't read the whole thing, but there's also some not role playing, but some sort of scenarios that they write out for you. So it's quite a few pages. It is. I will let you know. So there's the back stuff. 167-ish pages. And, there are a few other pages in there as well. But it's not exactly a book on relationship advice. But, it still really helps, I think. Now, Alan Pease, which is the author, also wrote another book called I say this? It's understanding how people's body language can indicate what they're feeling, um, and that sort of stuff. And I haven't read that, so I can't not recommend it, but I can't recommend it either. But if it's anything like this one, Talk Language, it should be pretty good. A lot of this stuff, I will say, is kind of like general knowledge. You don't have to be a rocket scientist or an author to like understand it. But at the same time, I feel like it's got a lot of insight, a lot of like stuff that they just don't teach you in school, that nobody really teaches you, to be honest. And it's like, well, where am I going to learn this stuff? Like, right? Because you can't just, you can't just like. I'm sure you could probably search it up on like, a computer, how to talk to girls. I'm sure there are a few articles written about that. But yeah, I know it's like it's an old book, but it is my favorite book as of this year. Also, the only one I've read. But I'm actually curious because I'm sure some of you read. Not everyone has a computer, right? And there's phones are for texting, but you can still talk to people. But like, the point is, I'm sure a lot of you still read. Okay, so yeah, I would actually love some if you know books like this, if you know similar sort of books, then and you like them, and they've helped you out, and you can recommend them, by all means. Yeah, let me know, because other similar reads would be greatly appreciated. Nothing much else to say. If you have trouble talking to people, making conversation, talking to girls, have a look. You can probably get this at like your local secondhand book fair every once in a while. I mean, this is millions of copies sold. That's pretty well known. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say. Hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.